Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the United Kingdom. And today I'm doing a bit of using some annual catalogue products along with some new mini catalogue products in the terms of the paper, just to make a bit of a fun treat box for you. And this one, I have to say, I couldn't believe it. We're only just after Christmas, but yep, Easter eggs are in the shops already. And one of my husband's favourites, I have to say, are the mini cream eggs. Or rather, he likes cream eggs. We're trying to downsize, so I went for mini cream eggs. But let's be honest, it doesn't look very exciting like that. And also, once you've opened the packet, it kind of gets eaten. So there's about, I think there's about 10 in a packet, there or thereabouts anyway. Or at least there were. There seem to be fewer in there than there were before. And this little box just pops open at the end. Give it a shake and it actually holds 3 of them. It is quite a snug fit, deliberately so, because what I wanted to be able to do was to actually not have to tie and untie those ends. So it's a bit like an impossible box, that basically once you get them in, you just push those ends in and it all closes up. She says it does all close back up. There we go. And I've used some paper, which I have to say I haven't actually bought the whole pack myself. And part of that reason is because my kids are kind of grown up. But this is part of the Celebration joining offer, that if you join between now and the end of March in Celebration, you get your £130 worth of Stampin' Up product for £99. Fabulous. You also get this really adorable little mini guillotine in here. Look at this. Lovely little 6x4 guillotine. Great for while you're on the go. And you get a free stamp set of your choice, and you get this DSP sampler pack. And in here are some of this is Birthday Bonanza, and you get 4 sheets of each piece of paper. So I'll show you. So you've got that's the front and that's the reverse. This is the golf one, Country Club I think it's called. So you've got kind of golf images and tartans. Again, tartan and like an argyle pattern. This is the balloons I've used, gorgeous colours as you can see with the lovely Grapefruit Grove. The handbags from the Dress to Impress suite, look at that, absolutely beautiful. Fabulous tropical flowers, Tropical Escape I think it's called. Then you've got some more lovely Birds of Paradise and a kind of a burlap, almost a woven paper. Some more of the Dress to Impress, lovely florals. The poppies, painted poppies or peaceful poppies, depending on which stamp set you've got. Lily Impressions, that's a Celebration paper, and you get several sheets of that, as you can see. And then the last one is from the poppies as well. So you get, it's a full pack of DSP, so 48 sheets of DSP, but it's from all across the range. So when you're starting out, that is great because it means you've got something to start with. So, and what better way to start than by creating a little treat box. Now again, this is another project that would be great to give colleagues at work maybe, or a little thank you. And I've gone back, as I said, to some of the annual catalogue products with our punches. So the classic label punch I've used, and I've used quite an old punch now, this balloon duet punch. But again, balloons can never go out of fashion really. So let's get on with the project. I'll stop waffling on, and it doesn't use very much in the way of cardstock. You know me, I kind of like to get these things sort of fairly frugal. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is, I'm going to work in centimetres, I will work it out in inches, that's 20 centimetres in width. And I think I probably cut that the wrong way, never mind, we'll see how it goes, by 11.5. So you get 2 of those out of a sheet of A4 cardstock. Now scoring, you're going to score at 3, 4 and 5 on the long edge from both ends. So 3 and at 4 and at 5, like so. And the same on the other end. That's 3 4 and 5. Okay, so you've got 2 sets of score lines a centimetre apart. Then on the short edge you're going to score at 3.5, at 7, and at 10.5. Okay, just like so. So that's our scoring for our base. Then we need to cut some paper. I use Mango Melody, by the way, there. And this is the paper that I'm going to use now. And in order to cut this and get this pattern to follow, what I'm going to do is cut at 14.5 centimetres and then cut 3 strips at 3 centimetres. 1, 2. You've probably got horrible glare from my lights. I'm going to have a look at my lighting. I'm crafty in the dark here, you know, as you do. So 3 strips, and then for each of those you're just going to cut at 2.5 centimetres from either end. Okay, and then just keep those pieces together. Okay, so that's the first one. So I do wish my boys, sometimes when I look at some of these papers, I do wish my boys were still young. Because let's be honest, these are really cute. They've got like little koalas and toucans and lions, really sweet. And the final piece. So this one is very much more kind of kids, aimed at kids, but you know, a lot of them are big kids, aren't they really? So pop our scoreboard and trimmer away and let's get on with the project. So fold and reinforce your score lines. You know, just to run a bone folder along those creases. It's a 3D project, so we don't want it springing open. And then, so at the moment I'm just scoring them, reinforce them all in the same direction. But I will show you that this middle score line on the long edge, you actually want to go back on itself. That's going to go in, so that's where you want it really nicely scored. So like so. Okay, once you've done that, what you need is your trusty 3/4 inch punch. So standard 3/4 inch punch. Now this is retired now, but obviously there are other makes about. You might have something similar, but it's really, you know, it's really useful with circle punches to have something in your stash of this size, particularly with our 1 inch punch. I'll be quite honest with you, I've only just have kind of noticed really that it is actually retired, because my retired things have a red dot on them. Because circle punches I just think are kind of some of my core stuff. So if you don't have one, obviously unfortunately we don't sell one anymore at Stampin' Up, but they are regularly available. They are generally available in most stores. So you can see I'm just kind of not quite going halfway on those. And obviously if you've got, there you go. So you end up with a piece of card that looks like this. And the next thing you're going to do is actually work out where your join is going to be. So it's going to be at the back there. So this piece, this is the middle one, is going to be your front. So what I recommend is while it's still flat, you go in and you pop your DSP in the middle there. And again, you've got your 2 little bits, so it's easy to see where those go. Now on the other one I didn't do this. I intended to, on my sample I intended to, but I didn't. Which is what sometimes happens, because obviously it's a pyramid, so it's going to be standing up in that direction. You might want to pop one of your pieces like so. So actually it's kind of going on upside down. So the middle one is the right orientation. The top one is going to be upside down. Just waiting for my snail refills to come back into stock. I can't believe I'm out of snail. Which is one of the reasons why I'm still using up some of my fast fuse. It's great. Love the fast fuse. And the colours in this are really bright actually. So you've got some really fun colours in here. And the reverse patterns are just very good sort of general purpose patterns. As always with Stampin' Up, you know, you get that lovely you know, sort of gorgeous patterns on the front and on the reverse. They're, you know, usually just more just of generic, which is great, you know, because it means that you can use them all year round. Or, you know, if you like, I always go on the rule, if I like half the patterns, then I'll buy the pack. And usually that's because I like the reverses as well. Now, this is a 3D project, so it won't surprise you that I'm just popping a bit of my super tacky tape on here. Bit of good old red tape. Again, generally very available. So once you've done that, take off your middle piece of tape, leave the two ends, and then just come in, line that up with the edge like so. Then take your end piece of tape off. It's easy for it to kind of, otherwise you get a bit easy for it to get stuck in the wrong place, and with super sticky tape you don't want to do that. Okay, so there's your basic box. Here we go, like so. So that can go to one side. Now we're going to do a little bit of stamping. It's really straightforward, the stamping we're doing here. I'm actually using the varied vases for the Just For You. You'll see here, this is a lovely stamp set because you've got a lovely thanks, just for you, you're loved always, and celebrate. So you've got some really useful sentiments. That, and obviously if you were doing, you could do a slightly different pattern and then use the Vibrant Vases stamp set if you wanted to, for all of those sentiments. So we're going to do a little bit of masking, so good old post-it note moment. So let's just clean off from my sample. See, look at that lovely clean chamois, good grief. Never known it's a clean. So first thing I'm going to do is do the just for. So I'm just going to pop a post-it note over the U part and then bring my ink pad in and really ink that up well. Then I'm going to pop that like so. Then I'll come in with my punch. Do that. And then with the next one, I'm actually going to punch my balloon first and then stamp it. So just come in, that means I can just punch out the one balloon there, and then one from a bit of Mango Melody that I've got left over from cutting the base, like so. So again, I'm going to clean my stamp up. This is where the Simply Chamois is great because it really gets into all those little nooks and crannies. I'm going to pop my post-it note over the Just For this time. See, just like that, and then really ink it up well. She says, helps if I hold that in place, I think. And then I can come in there's my balloon, just pop that there, we've got my U. Okay, so then all we're going to do is pop a bit of glue on the back here and just slightly offset it against this balloon. I'm going to add some tape just to the front of that classic label and pop that there. So if you do end up with a little smudge, don't worry about it. And if you end up with a bit poking out, you can obviously leave it like that or just come in like so. And then I'm going to now pop my eggs in. Push those ends in the end there, add a dimensional just to the middle of the back there, and it just fits on there. I probably should have used a mini dimensional there, but That would have meant ferreting about a bit. And all you do is just add that onto the front of your little box. And there you have a pair of triple mini cream egg holders. Little triple cracker for you, even though it's not Christmas. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that project. Sorry that it's been a bit dark today, but come back and see me again soon. And if you'd like to purchase any of the birthday bonanza or join my team, pop along to my blog flutterbyheidi.co.uk and follow the links. There's a little bit at the top that says join now. Alternatively, you can pop along to my Stampin' Up shop, heidismith.stampinup.net, and you can buy the products there. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.